registrazione. Okay, here we are. Hello, good morning. Not have a good Sunday. I hope you are having a good Sunday. So today we are going to have a slightly different class because I would like, and it's cool that maybe we are not too much today because we are going to work on one only exercise after how do you say, cutted in small exercises. But what we are going to do, I will going to keep a track of time, but I will not put timers, or at least not in all the exercise. And so it will be just one big exercise, and in which each part will fall to another. And it's an experiment, so I hope it will be good or not. I will be open to feedback after or in the day that follows the class. The idea came, the theme of the class, it will be self-observation and autofiction to change and save your life. This is the sensational title of the class, because I was thinking about it. I have for the one who are in Italy, I have my book Transformer that came out maybe 2 months ago, hopefully in French soon, and I was thinking about it because somebody sent me a message on Instagram, and I don't want to spoiler, but anyway, you are in France, or Margot, you read the French and English. There is no English version at the horizon. No, for the moment, at least, no way. But so I can maybe do a little spoiler just to understand what we are going to work today. Is like using the way we draw our life. So we have the graphic journaling practice in which every day we draw what we feel, what we did, maybe what people we met or things we bought or anything we live. And in the graphic journaling class, sometimes, quite often, we draw also our past. And after the past, sometimes we also draw maybe what we would like in the future or something like this. But sometimes it can be healing to like go dig in the past and recreate in an artistic way what we would like to happen, or is a way to, for me at least, to readjust also the present, redraw the past, or draw something that I would like to happen, or even like something that is not real, like in the last book, was the message I received. I don't want to spoiler, but I guess it's okay. There is this character, which is the dysphoria, is the gender dysphorias that always come. And then there is a moment in which this character change because of the character, which is me in the book, make some statement of accepting and loving also the past. And so those things in some way happened in my mind or in my heart, but wasn't a character for real, was just I made some fantasy scene. And what I realized that doing this, giving a shape and a form to a sensation, to an emotion, but also staging those emotions and staging the healing process can be something that make you heal also in the real life. So when I drew the book, it was something like, yes, I felt this, but the fact that I drew this kind of scene in which a character, which is an emotion, but that has a shape, and this emotion is resolved or healed in a way that is like a little story, make this healing even more anchored into my art. I don't know if it makes sense, but so I was thinking about, okay, maybe we can do this kind of exercise today. I would like to try to guide you through this process, like drawing this. Of course, we are not one-on-one. We are in the Zoom call. We are far, so maybe I will talk to explain the exercise. But what I think we will do today, we will not do today, is like stopping and say, okay, this is the timer, and hearing blim 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 of the timer, and then explain the exercise. And because the more you can stay into the feeling during the whole class, and I guess the more it will be easy to continue the exercise without being out of the feeling and then back into the feeling, because we are explaining the exercise. This is the reason I do this big explanation, and it will be the same for the meditation we do at the beginning, and also the self-portrait. Today we are going some kind of mixing the self-portrait and the meditation together. So prepare in front of you the colors and pens and the brand new page on your journal, and so that when I say to you, you can start drawing. But for now, we are going to sit and close the eyes, and no pen in hands yet. Okay, so you can just come back into this moment. Try to settle in your space. Maybe you have sounds or noises outside of the window or at home. Today we are going to try to make this connection between our heart, between ourself, our soul, or and the blank page in front of us, and the journal, and in this tunnel of energy that we create between ourselves and the journal, we create this safe space in which external movement or sound can't really bother us. Okay, and this is a sensation that you will always find every time you come back to your journal. It's like a golden light shield creates around you and your journal, and it's your safe space. So we are going to bring the attention to the breathing. And as we bring the attention to the in and out movement of the air through our nose, we also notice that the breathing slows down. And as the rhythm of the breathing slow down, we slow down also all the body. We melt a little bit. We drop the shoulder. And even if it's uncomfortable, we stay. And for this first part of the meditation is what we are going to do. Is we are going to notice sensations that are uncomfortable without trying to change them. We just stay very passive. You can unclench your jaw, relax your tongue, relax your throat, relax your chest, relax your belly. Stay passive, and for each uncomfortable sensation, you get a little bit more passive. You bring passiveness in each part. Now we are going to observe how does it feel. Do we see colors? Do we see shapes when we relax? Do we have some strange feeling in the body? Make an inventory from head to toes. How does it feel inside the head? Does the sensation have a shape, a color? Do you have an headache or all is well? And then scan down the face, the eye, the face inside the mouth. Do you feel some sensation, some energy moving? Like you are a living Kandinsky painting. The shapes and the color pass through you, and those are the sensations. What about your throat? Is it relaxed? Do you feel like a tightness? Don't try to change it, just scan and feel your body from the inside. And then we are going down the chest. What about the chest? Maybe the top of the back. If you have some movement to adjust, to get a little bit more passive, a little bit more relaxed, I will try to move to change the sensation. We are going down to the belly. We have movement, emotion, colors, shapes. Is it easy to breathe or is it difficult? And then we're going down the hips. Maybe also we're going to try to notice the arm and the legs. Does it feel? Do we feel tingly? Or are they restless? And what about the feet? Are they on the ground? Do we feel rooted on the ground, or are they like maybe leg bent on the seat? So we are going to keep this inner eye of observing all the colors and shapes that happen inside our body, and maybe sometimes a little bit outside of our body. And we are going to keep the eyes down while we open them a little, but we don't wide open them, just enough to grab the pens and the colors and the pencil and try to, while we keep the inner eye, at the same times. We report on paper what we feel inside the body. So you don't have to make, you can draw a shape of the body. You can, if you want to draw also more, you can just draw a shape, an outline, or the purpose is not drawing the perfect proportion of the body or the perfect self-portrait. We are self-portraiting the inside today, the energy that runs inside us. So you can also choose to don't draw the outside of the body, but just take the colors and the shape and all those sensations you're feeling. And we are going to continue like this. I will keep the track of time. And if you feel and see in the inner eyes some colors that you don't have in your pouch, try to maybe mix two colors together, or try to make it the more similar you can. So the goal is to direct our attention to the sensation. But often in the everyday life, when we try to, we don't even try. Often when we feel a sensation in the body which is uncomfortable, we instinctively try to run away from it or fix it. Fix it maybe with external behavior, something we do. But in this exercise, we don't run from the sensation. We don't try to fix it, but we try to observe. And then after we will try to learn from it. But for now, we just portray those. Maybe you have a recurring shape. Maybe there is a pattern, a graphic pattern in the shape sensation you feel in your body. And if you feel like you lose touch, you can just come back to your breathing and you do a scan. You can close the eyes for a moment. Okay, we are going to take 2 minutes more. And there is no rush. Even if you think you have enough, you can close the eyes and try to observe more. It's like you watching a lava lamp. This is the moving and the passing through of the sensation. and try to put them where are in the body and draw the shapes and the color. And then when you feel like it, maybe you can, when you feel like you are over, you still have like 30 seconds. And when you finish, you can just do a sign with the hand. And for those who are catching the replay, you can just pause and take the time you need. Okay. Okay. So, are you okay? Done. Okay. So let me stop this. Did you manage to use your like inner eye to feel the sensation? Did you catch some shape or some colors? Okay, so this warming up exercise, it's what we are going to do the whole class. I mean, using what we feel we see to draw on the paper. So we are like, it's like, it's not in live drawing, but we draw something we feel or something we see, but okay. So we are going to go a little bit deeper. So go to the next new page, to the next page. And now take a dark line and roughly draw a human shape, your shape, just an outline, or you can go a little bit in detail, like the head, the neck, but very fast, just to, because you will need some place. And then you can, what you are going to do, I'm going to tell you, but in this shape or inside or outside, we are going to mostly draw, but sometimes you can have word, but for the moment, we are mostly into still recognizing shapes and colors. So, but for the moment, then I don't worry, because I will ask you questions to know what to do. So now we are going to go a little bit deeper. We are going to draw ourselves. So if you did it, okay, did you draw the shape? Okay, and then we are going to draw the most uncomfortable body sensation that we have right now or today. And of course, I'm talking about inner sensation. I'm not talking about like if you are seated on a little rock or on a nail, and you are like, this is uncomfortable, because this is some external discomfort that you can just, move and don't have this discomfort. But when you have the uncomfortable sensation inside, the way we find to move away often is doing something. Is maybe, I don't know, for me is eating sugar, or can be drink alcohol, or go shopping, or I don't know. But what for now, what we are going to do is like observe the most uncomfortable sensation we have, and something that we can't run away. And for now, we are not trying to avoiding it. We are not trying to change it or to know what is this. We just want to observe. Okay, so as we did before, come back into your breathing and just try to feel the most, the one which is darker, the most uncomfortable, and that you wish you don't have. And we are going to do a nice abstract portrait of this sensation. We are not trying to make it different that as it is, as we feel. Okay, take all the space you want on the page. Is your page, is your journal. Okay, let's go. Maybe you started drawing one sensation, and then the more you observe, the more you stay, and maybe you have one that is, since you are allowing the feeling of all the sensation, maybe you feel something more uncomfortable. No, you will notice something more uncomfortable or not. We still have few, maybe 30 seconds. Okay, still about 10 seconds. And then as soon as, when you are done, when you think you got your final shape, that you will know the moment you find your final awful sensation, uncomfortable, the one we are going to work on today. As soon as you find it, then raise your hand if you can go. While you, now that maybe you are a little bit into this kind of the shape of this sensation, of this uncomfortable sensation, don't come out of this feeling. The whole class, we will stay with this feeling. And now I'm going to ask you to, if you find where is the shape, did you already draw it on the shape of the body? Or maybe you have to feel more where it is. Did you find a color or a shape? Do you have a, okay. Maybe Now stay in this sensation and try to see if this sensation that you have in the body, maybe do a silly, an example, maybe it's in your throat, maybe it's in your chest, maybe it's red, or I don't know. Now we are going to observe, to feel if this sensation, this shape and this form goes outside of our body in some place, in some direction. And if it goes in some way outside of the body, it's like you are seeing shape. You know, when you look at the sun and then do like this, and your eyes, you see shapes. It's just, we are going to do like this. We are trying to feel or to see. So pick your pen, pick your color, and draw if this sensation if these shapes goes outside of the perimeter of your body. And if it goes, how, where, up when, up where, and try to notice also if does the shape is transforming, maybe it's moving, maybe colors change. Write down, draw down everything of this kind. And trust all the image that comes into your mind's eye. Write them down. And draw everything that comes, that is linked to this sensation. All the shapes, all the forms, if it expand, if you need to, or at the contrary, stay more in the same place because it's very heavy sensation, very dark, maybe you need to color more. If it goes out, if it maybe goes around your body, maybe in some ways linked to outside of your body, also draw everything and turn the page if you have to. So now I guess that we are in this sensation, we have our page with ourself, with all this shape and colors or absence of colors. I would like you to feel the sensation, to feel this, and we are going to play some game. And so we are going to imagine if this sensation have a name. If I don't know the English, if its sensation would have a name, what kind of name can come to your head? And it's like, can be the name of the sensation. For example, as the example I did before, I did the dysphoria and draw the character. And so can be just a sensation, can be a feeling, can be, you can call it shame, but you can also give it a name. Everything it comes, we are in the graphic journaling practice, so you can, it's your own space. So what's the name? Maybe you have a list of names, all things that pop up to your mind. And now that you have probably a name, if this sensation, this discomfort could talk, what would it say to you? So you can write down sentences. You can make it like, you can draw balloon outside of the, like that coming through your body, or you can just write down. You can, this is up to you. If it could talk, what would it say to you? So don't judge what you're writing. All the things that come to your mind, that those words that if the sensation could talk, would say to you. Remember that it's your journal, you're safe, nothing bad can happen to you. I will repeat this during maybe the whole class as a reminder that it is the place you can explore uncomfortable sensation without avoiding them. This is a very safe space. So if you have some more word that this thing, sensation, discomfort, maybe it has a name, write it down. If you have something more, don't forget to breathe and stay in the sensation. But then I would like you to turn the page of your journal. We are going to, we keep the sensation we observed, but we are going to take a, go to turn the page or go to the next new page. And in the next blank page of the sensation of the journal, we are going to make a little memory exercise. First thing first, for those who are here at the live, just do like this or like this. Did you add some talking from this sensation, this shape? Did the sensation talk? You have some, okay. Because the next exercise will be, I would like you to write down or draw or make a little, draw a little scene or draw a little, or draw a little, write a little list. Anyway, I would like you to stay connected to this sensation. Don't shut it out. We are not going to shut out this sensation for the whole class, even if it's uncomfortable, it's okay. So without shutting out, I would like you also at the same time do a little memory exercise, and I would like you to write or draw last time you say those things to yourself. If it ever happened, if it's not, you can leave the class now because you are, I'm joking. So let's concentrate a little. When it's the last time you can remember you say those things to yourself, or you think those things about a situation or about something you were about to do. Let's go. Maybe you are thinking, maybe those things that are said maybe you say to yourself in different situation, but we just want to recall when we had this last time, not very far in the past, the last you can recall. Okay. So what we are going to observe is like this sensation is something that maybe something that is present. And I would like you to, if you write down, if you drew or write down the last time this you say those things to you, maybe you have more than one. I would like to write down on the side of each, or if you have just one. Anyway, I would like you to investigate and answer the question, how did it felt to hear this? Okay, how did it felt? How hearing those things, even if in your mind, make you feel? You can also draw yourself when you hear this. What is your posture? What is your? You can turn yourself into a little character. And draw what is your posture, what do you do when you hear this sensation, this affirmation from this uncomfortable sensation. Don't forget to breathe. If you already write down how did it felt, and if you really draw yourself as a character in the action of hearing those uncomfortable or imagine negative affirmation toward yourself, now you're going to put you're going to take a different color, and on the side or around or the top or wherever you want, but in relation with this yourself as a character, which is listening those things and feeling maybe not very good, I would like you to draw the sensation as a character, those uncomfortable emotion and sensation as a character. So the emotion that you draw, the emotion that you name, the sensation or the emotion, I am not sure of the difference in English between the two, and they are often, when we talk about the body, we realize that they are often linked, because maybe we don't know we have an emotion, but we have for sure a sensation in the body. So we observe the uncomfortable sensation, we name it, we made it talk, we saw ourselves in relation with this communication, and now take this sensation and turn it into a character. You can make it like in relation with the character of yourself, or if it's not on the side, but at least I want you to be a character designer for the next 5 minutes, and turn the sensation into someone, something, and you can have fun while doing this, but also while keeping the connection with this sensation. We are not trying to shut it down. We are not trying to escape for the whole class. We observe and we make the portrait of the sensation. We have fun in drawing, but we stay connected to this uncomfortable feeling. Maybe you have follow your instinct. Don't think about it too much with the head, like if it's negative, it must be the head of I don't know, a negative character of Scream, the mask of Scream. I don't know, I'm not sure, but maybe you have image, maybe this shape you draw into on your body turns, you can see in your mind's eye. Trust what you see in your mind's eyes. Maybe you can see a shape, a shape of a nose, a shape of the leg, I don't know. Trust what you feel you see. Okay. Maybe this character that we are drawing, you want to make it talk with one of the sentence that you write down before. Continue breathing and notice how we are learning also to stay connected to an uncomfortable feeling while making space to this uncomfortable feeling while also doing things like the thing we like to do, journaling and drawing, and we are still alive and we are still able to do this. So in this space, we are not obliged to run away from negative or uncomfortable feeling. And what we are going to do next is we are going to write a story, write and draw and graphic journal a story, so you can choose the way of doing it. We are going to go back in time, because the question is that you have to answer with a story is, when is the first time you felt this sensation? But before you start answering, hear me out a second, because what we are going to write down and draw and tell, it doesn't have to make sense, okay? The question is, when is the first time? But you don't have to prove it's true. This is your journal, so if the question is, when is the first time, and you're going to tell what happened, nobody will ask you if it's true, if it's things went this way for real. This is not the time for dismission, like, but it wasn't like this or something like this. So what we are going to draw is not a memory. We are just going to tell a story of what we feel about the first time we felt this. Does it make sense? Okay, so no judgment about what you tell. We are artists, we are in our journal. And so what the only consigne, how to say in English, the only thing is like, you will use yourself as a character, and you will use the uncomfortable sensation also as a character. So write, draw as you prefer, but you are orchestrating, you are directing this story, okay? It's like you write down all the sensation, the detail, the things that comes to your mind, but don't question it. It's like you are writing down a dream you had, so you don't have to prove that it makes sense. Okay, so let's go. When is the first time you felt this sensation? Let's go back in time, and let's take a lot of time. Let's go. So when is the first time you felt this sensation? And then you can continue by, you felt this sensation, where you were, what did you do, and what happened next? What happened after this time, back time, you felt this? And then, so what is the, when is the first time? What happened next after you felt this? What did you do? And what was the consequence of what happened? What did you do? So maybe what happened next? What did you do? And what was the consequence of what of the thing you do? What did you do? What was the consequence? And if you answer to this, what did you tell about yourself after the consequence? What the character tell about the situation, about themselves? What is the belief the character of yourself carry after this happening? Don't overthink it, like just answer what popped to your mind. Maybe you can throw it down or write it down. So we try to make up a story or to remember what were the first time we felt this sensation. After we felt the sensation, what happened? What was the action we took? What did we do? I mean, and then after we took the action, we had consequence. And after the consequence, we told ourselves something about the thing that happened. And I don't know if for you, but for me, for example, the thing I say about myself about this confirms what the sensation always tell me. Does it make sense? Do you have a full circle here in some way, or do you have a release? Does the consequence confirm what the negative sensation, uncomfortable sensation tell you? So if I have another question. If you are, maybe you need more time. Some more time. Okay. So the next question is, in what way you relive this kind of story in the present? Does it happen? You can maybe just tell me, does it happen, or you can write it down. In what way you relive this kind of story also in the present? Maybe not in the same character, in the same story, but does it happen that this kind of loop coming back again and again? We'll put a little silence timer just for me. So take the time to write it down if you have some example. And maybe you can observe what your little story, and maybe what yourself in this little story, your character of yourself in this story, what this character need. There are some things that you can bring, or in some way you can write down, if you have a way to help the character. If you can observe it. When I say help the character, is like yourself in the past story. So write it down. Because what we are going to do next is, like, we are going to take this story of the first time we felt this this negative sensation. When was the first time we felt it? We make a little story, a little dreamy like scene, and then we observe what we did, what we take action, and the consequence, and what was the belief we have after this taking action, what we say to ourselves. And now we observe this, and we probably see that is something we continue to say to ourselves even now. It's something we keep saying to ourselves. We made a list of the way we do this also in the present. And now we are going to find a way of, and here we are arriving to what I was talking about, what I did with my little story of taking this. Okay, I felt this, it was there, it's uncomfortable, maybe give me a belief of, for me, if I do an example, my sensation if the sensation could talk, I write down things like you're stuck, don't move, it's dangerous, wait, or something like this. And then I also notice when I do this into my everyday life. And in my little story that I invented with my little character, my sensation as a character is like a jail. It's like a cage shaped building, like a big jail. And so my little story was like, I'm in this jail and I feel this sensation. And so what happened next? I try to escape the sensation. And then what are the consequences? But a cowboy who kept me in this jail shoot me in the head and I die. And so my belief that came from the little story is it's not safe to move. And this not safe to move is something that made me maybe afraid. So, and this is something that can go full circle. We have the sensation and we carry it with us and we believe it. But we are the artist and we can create different scenario. So what we are going to do next is we are try to change the story, but in what way we are going to change the story? We are going to answer little small question, and it will be what are the what are the need of yourself in this? I say yourself, but it's the character of the story you draw. So what are the need, and how can you help this character, and in what way what can you change in this story to arrange it, to make it in a outcome, different outcome, maybe more something that more peaceful. And we're going to take some time to arrange it, this situation, but I would like you to remember that it's like you don't have to prove it right, you just go with the imagination. So if in the situation you can invite either other characters, you can invite superheroes that can say the right thing, that can protect you in the way you need. It's you play with your narration, okay? And you can invite whatever figure, whatever character to help you. Okay, let's go. So who can you invite to give you a different outcome? So while you change, you arrange the story, if you invite a different character, or if you invite a different happening, if it's a different character to help you in the situation, what this character say to you? Is there, if he can talk, it can talk. What is the message, or maybe it's the situation? What is the things you say to yourself when you arrive to what the character says to you, to themselves when situation is arranged? The way you draw, what is the little conclusion? Is there a little phrase or something that comes to your mind? Maybe there is a some phrase, something that you can write down. And maybe with this while you draw, I just ask you a question. You can write down like a list in your journal, and it's in what way, what happened in your new story, in your arranged story, will help you in real life, in today. In what way this thing that you redraw will help you in real life. You can write wherever you feel to. It's your journal. You don't have to back up the information. All the things that you want to write down. I don't know how to explain this, but it's like nobody will come and say, are you sure? Or is it true? You feel it, you write it. And then last minutes, last exercise, we are going to draw our lock screen for the telephone. So take a new page, and in a vertical, I would like you to draw a selfie-like portrait of you and the situation, or the guide, or the superhero you came to rearrange the situation. Or maybe if it's like difficult to draw because it's like the wind that changed the situation, I don't know. And so it's difficult to draw yourself taking a selfie with the wind, but maybe you just want to make it symbolic on this new drawing, even fast, and at the same time I want to write it again, what this situation or this character told you. You don't have to think about it again. You just go to 2 exercises ago and you copy, but just you put it for your lock screen. So for the whole month, you will remember this message. And tell me when you are almost done doing your screen lock. And before we say goodbye, we are going to close the class with another very small meditation. Okay. Okay, if you are done, before we say goodbye, we are just coming back to the seated position. We close the eyes. We do a little small breathing. And we thank all the sensation we had in our body today, especially the one who was so uncomfortable that we choose to look at it and to unfold it and to listen to the sensation, turning the sensation into a character, and this character bring us somewhere in our memory, the memory of our body. And we thank this sensation to unfold a lot of information so that we can make space for all this, but also maybe start some healing, make space for some healing. So we thank especially this sensation, but also we release it and we say goodbye, and we feel that we did all we can to feel it, address it, and release it. So we can also thank ourselves for showing up for this class today, making the space and the time for ourselves and for our practice, which is not something very easy, or maybe easy to do, but not simple, because it's easy to sit in front of a desk, but it's not simple to do it, because sometimes we are caught up in other things. Anyway, so we can felicitate ourselves and thank ourselves. And when you feel like it, you can open your eyes and come back to the room, and we can go to the rest of our Sunday, which is, despite the hour here in France, 8 p.m., still a lot of light. Maybe if I can convince my daughter, I will go to the beach. We'll see. Hoping that you are okay. If you have question or if you want to say something, you can now. All is good. Okay, or then you can also maybe send me a message. I will post the replay very soon, and I can wait. I can wait to see. Every time I say I can wait to see your drawing, but maybe this time is very intimate, so maybe it will be more difficult to share. I don't know. Anyway, if you want to share your drawing with me or in the Facebook group, which is private and it's only for us or for people who took at least one graphic journaling class on Patreon or in real life before Patreon. So you can also go share it there, because it will be safe space. Okay, if you don't have question, I can say you goodbye and see you in a month. We don't have the date, but I'm going to post it very soon. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.